Hello, this is John Kitsteiner, and this is another episode of our life here on the farm. And I'm looking at our swale system. Hopefully, I won't get too much glare in it. But we had a very big rain event last night, and you can see there's still some water in the swale. And yesterday, we actually had a breach in the swale in a few locations. I'm going to come around here. And this is kind of, it's a multifactorial process, meaning there's lots of reasons why. Here's one of the breaches that took place. It's actually not too bad, but the issue is that this little spot right here is a low spot. And when the water level rose, because we had such intense rains real fast, the couple low spots started to overflow. And you can see a little bit of the kind of the rocks and things down here that got carried over. Now, this is, as I said, it's multifactorial. There's multiple reasons why this happened. Part of it is that once we put the swale in and we seeded it, we had a massive drought, one of the worst droughts that we've had in Tennessee in recent years, recent history, about the fourth worst drought in recorded history for our area. So all the things that we planted on the swale ended up dying. So we have a lot of bare soil. So that was part of it. The swale was not as intact as it could have been. The other issue, I'm walking down to the pond here, but the other issue is that we didn't have a spillway. You can see we got a big catchment that comes down, and I should have designed in a level sill, which allows everything is basically, if all the water is completely level along this area, I'll take one spot, and based on what our watershed is and our large rain event, we figure out some, do a little bit of calculations and figure out how wide of a sill we need to put. And we bring that just a little bit lower than the surrounding area, so that when we get a big rain event, we can let that spill over and get rid of the excess water before it creates run over spill events or areas where the dam is going to break down. I'm sorry, the swale is going to fail, where we have a spillover event and it causes a lot of erosion. Now, I'm also going to come over here because this rain event almost caused a massive catastrophe in our pond. This pond right now, I don't know if you can quite see it, but it's actually quite brown now because we had a lot of runoff again from the swale up here that overflowed. You can maybe see a little darkened area right there, and brought a lot of that topsoil down right into the pond, which is really not a good thing. But this pond has been overly eroded on the edges because the previous owner let their cattle run free over here, and it caused a lot of bank erosion on the edges, including this area right here, which is where they would come in. Try to get out of the shadow here. There we go. And so the pond comes right here, and this area right here is a low spot where they would come in, and it is significantly lower by about 2, maybe 3 feet than the surrounding area. And this overflowed last night just barely. Fortunately, we do have an overflow device here, just a pipe. This is not the best design. We're planning on doing some renovations on it. And then that pipe comes back out over here and flows down and out and off the property. Kind of a circuitous route down through our pastures. The issue is that this pipe is a little too high. It needs to be a lot lower. And the problem is that where this pipe is, it's actually higher than this area over there that is that has caused, or that was the area that was eroded by the cattle, and so the water is going to want to run over here before it empties out over here. And so that was another issue that we had last night with this massive rain event. So, but the good news is that for the most part, the entire swale held, and it's still holding water. It's already slowly seeped down significantly. Water level significantly dropped, meaning that all the land beneath the swale is soaked in and really saturated with water, which is great for the plants in this early springtime. But I wanted to kind of give an update of definitely a longer update of what happened with this big rain event. Lots of flash flooding in the area. We've got neighbors who've had their driveways completely flooded. And so part of what we're trying to do, not only with regeneration of the land, but we are trying to manage the water in a way that is not only reasonable for helping the pastures, but also safe so that we can prevent these massive events, that when they do take place, we actually can utilize the water instead of it being a risk or a threat to our property. But that's it for now. This is John Kitsteiner in Bulls Gap, Tennessee.